Yay! We are live. Let me just make sure that this post-show chat is populating here so everyone can see what everyone is saying here. We do have Ann Trayson still on the line, so if you guys are watching the post-show, welcome. Thank you very much for supporting us on Patreon. It basically allows the show to happen week after week and month after month. It's pretty awesome. So what I wanted to, I'll ask a couple questions that Ann, I emailed you earlier. We'll start there. We'll keep you on the line for maybe like 5-10 minutes if you've got the time, and then we will let you go take care of the doggies because I know that smelly doggies are probably not great.
Oh well, I have them somewhere separated. Whoa.
We had a question from one of our Patreon supporters regarding the emotions that you went through during your first 50 miler. The question is, can you remember the emotions that you went through during American River 50 miler? What emotions you went through and still feel come up during any recent completed 50 milers? What were you feeling during that first ultra?
Well, I was ignorant. I didn't know what I was getting into. It was really hot. I think one of the things I found was that there was a community out there. I didn't start with a water bottle. It was 110 degrees.
Wow.
No, it was one of the hottest days I ever had. And I just looked. There was no book. So I got a book on training. I had never trained for a marathon, so I got a book. I doubled it, which was stupid. You know, when they say do a 20 mile, I did a 40-mile training. Yeah, it was dumb. Yeah. So then I start there, and this guy, Bruce Van Borstel, I'll never forget it. He's like, "You're going to need a bottle." And I'm like, he says, Carol, his wife, and we became friends. But, I mean, that's how it was. I mean, people were really supportive. They just were. And they're like, I mean, it was just different. I mean, probably the most memorable thing out of all of it was when I finished. This guy I was running with, Anyway, he stopped at the bottom of the hill, and I'm waiting for him for a couple hours, called a pacer. He didn't make it as fast. I'm sitting there, it was so hot. They didn't have pop-up tents there, and they still have that bathroom. I'm sitting there, and this kid's sitting next to me, and he just looks bored. I'm pretty bored. I'm waiting for Matt. And I said, do you do these often? Because this is my first one. He goes, no. I said, well, I hate these. He says, it's like 7-year-old kid says, I hate these. I said, how come? No, seriously, this is what I remember. And he says, because my dad's feet stink. He always takes his socks off and puts them in the car. And of all the things that happened that day, I remember that kid. I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Because I'm that way.
Those are the things that stick out.
They do. I mean, other people have, but it was hysterical. Yeah. And I learned because then in the day you don't have all this awesome equipment. I'd during state, sometimes it could be really snowy and you give yourself the polypropylene, you tell your crew to put it in your car and dry it. Oh, it would smell so. My dog just got skunked, would not smell as bad.
Right.
Some of the stuff you would wear and you couldn't get the smell out.
Oh, it's like permanent.
I mean, now you have, this polypropylene, it would just absorb the threads. I swear, I'd throw shit out because it just smelled bad. You'd wash it. I thought if you washed something 3 times and it still stunk, you just threw it out.
Yeah.
And now you have all this great equipment. I mean, how have things changed? Well, we have a lot better stuff for, everything. Flashlights to food.
Yeah, has there been an innovation that you've looked at as like, I am so glad that this is now what it is?
Oh, nutrition's huge. Yeah. But goo and other it's amazing. And they're trying. I mean, this is happening. So I did this 70-hour hike thing, Bob. And I didn't take care of myself, and I'm stopping. And my friends are like, "You have to take care of yourself." So I've been connected, with goo and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I need some help."
Yeah.
And they're helping me now. They're like, "Oh, yeah," I'm like doing the recovery drink, and it's all great. It's like, sweet. Oh, I forgot, it's sweet because I wasn't doing it before. It's like eating helps.
I can't even imagine what you would do early on. I mean, I've read stories and I know some lore.
Hard candies.
Yeah.
Sucking in like,
Just sugar.
or well, it's sort of like goo,
Okay.
but not as refined. Branching amino acid and all this other. Oh, jelly beans, M&Ms, but many what I did at States in the old days, Coca-Cola and peppermint candies, one in each cheek. It's like an IV. It's called sugar. I always just imagine what people think you're thinking about. I would just run down the trail like I'd like an IV on a pole and have it on, and just carry it down here because I'd be like puking or whatever,
Right.
and my stomach was always bad. But you just want like sugar, and you can't eat anything
Right.
because it was just whatever. I don't know. My stomach was doing the weebie-jeebies. And so why do your stomach? I honestly would tell people, look like a chipmunk. Just, 2, 4 hard candies in your mouth and sip on Coke or
Wow.
Sprite or Mountain Dew. I did a lot of the last 38 miles that way.
That I can't.
And it
I mean,
works.
yeah,
I mean,
it obviously worked.
Yeah.
I just can't. Knowing what it is today, knowing what nutrition is today, even just in the last 6 years, how much it's changed. I just can't imagine peppermint candies. So we're talking like the little hard ones, not the chocolate ones.
The hard one. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Well, it depends on your preference.
Okay.
Okay, you can do that or peppermint, whatever. But you know what? I have runners right now. They get that point. Try it. If you can't take anything down, yeah, those are Jolly Ranchers. I'm not a Jolly Rancher fan, but I just like the peppermint. But everyone's different.
Yeah.
Chocolate, everyone's. But all it has to be is like something in your cheek and sucking on it and getting it in, because you're not going through your stomach. I think it goes faster in your blood system. I haven't done the science on that. It'd be kind of cool, curious, but seriously, that's how I did it.
Do you think ultra runners this day and age are coddled? Like, do you think that with all of this new technology and all that we're not roughing it anymore?
Oh no! I mean, are you kidding? The distance and what? I mean, if that's not enough, if you feel called, do 100, 200, or go out and. I mean, it's like, my neighbor down the street's going to do RAT, this 5-day stage race, and I mean, it's just there's just so much opportunity now to challenge yourself. You just have to find what's challenging to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I think. I mean, if you're in the sport and you like endurance and you get bored or whatever, or you want something different, or your age gets to a point where you can't do anything else like me, and you can't I mean, I don't really consider myself an ultra runner. I'm an ultra athlete.
Sure.
Which is pathetic because, I mean, we're talking, I don't know how long it took me to do 100 at Jackpot, but I adore my buckle.
Yeah.
I want to know how much it was? I took it way too cool, and just people were asking, "No, how was it?" And I have a little backpack. I walked back from home. It was like 7 miles, and I'm like showing people my buckle like a child. I'm like, "Look how cool this is! I got another buckle." I mean, I have a buckle fever right now. I like it.
Does that buckle feel as good as a Cougar, or better? No.
But another Western States buckle, yeah, but not a Cougar. Cougars are special.
Yeah, no doubt.
Those Cougars, I also put a lot more, whatever. No. I every time you get one of those, there's something about you just pick that thing up and you just feel privileged.
Yeah. I just this weekend we were hanging out with Brian Morrison. Do you know his story from 2006? Where he collapsed at the finish line and was DNF'd.
Oh, Jurek.
Jurek paced him.
Oh, yeah. Jurek, yeah.
So we did a movie with Brian because he went back in 2016, 10 years later, to find he didn't have a buckle because he didn't technically finish in 2006. So 10 years later, he went back and he got his buckle.
Was it under 24 hours?
It was not. He had a really, really rough day. But
does he like sleep with it? I slept with my Jackpot buckle.
Yeah, he loves it. He's like, this is one of the most cherished possessions because even though he almost got his name on the Wendell Roby Cup and got a Cougar and that sort of thing, he had to
Oh
wait
yeah, the
10
one.
years to get that finish. You know what I mean? Yeah, because he was first place. He crossed the
Oh
finish
no,
line, but it wasn't under. Yeah, you know the whole thing.
I know the whole thing. It
Yeah,
was interesting.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was in yeah.
Uh,
Lore. It's lore.
lore.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We
And
have a
that's
couple
what makes our
questions.
specials. Yeah, okay.
Sure. Go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, there's a few people in the chat room that had asked a similar question. Nathaniel asked, Anne, in all your years of running ultras, what was your most unique experience?
Finishing Leadville and having people tell me, and I don't mean to take it badly on these people, I wish you would have won.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's the kick in the stomach. Yeah.
What year was that? 90.
I don't remember, but
yeah. Wow. Rather than just, man, I can't even imagine.
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, it was whatever that. I never talked to Chris McDougall, but and that didn't happen. You know, it's like however you want to paint your story, but
sure.
He wasn't in my shoes. He didn't know what was going on, and I could have cared less. Because why would I want to compare myself to a boy?
Of course.
I just want to compare myself to Ann Trayson.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, I could never beat Ann. That was a problem. But no, but I almost got to my A++ goal, which was 18 hours at Leadville.
Yeah.
And I got a little sick, and there were things going on that, maybe no, but not close enough. I mean, I was pretty close. And I was disappointed, personally. But what I was disappointed, what really hurt, it wasn't a disappointment, was people, like, I don't think they meant badly.
Right.
But I'm like, well, what are we saying about our sport if, like, you run this time and you, like, really, and people are like, I wish you would have won. And I'm like, well, I did. I won.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to most people at Leadville, I didn't win. And that hurt. I had to drive home after that, and I cried and cried and cried a lot because I was like, I'm a loser. I felt like I was a loser. I still do. It's like, well, what if I had done this and this and that? I'm like, and those brain waves are going, you're like, really? What if, well, why? No, because I don't want to go there. That would be an awful thing. Do you really want to tell the kids down the street, girls, that to feel good you have to be like your brother or something? Why can't you just be the best you can be? I don't care if you're male or female. I mean, even then, like, oh, well, you didn't, like, I was like, oh, no. That's my biggest disappointment.
I mean, I can't imagine, but I know this is not helpful, and you inspire so many. And whether or not you realize it, or even if it matters so much, there are 300 plus people that were watching tonight that were in awe, and there are thousands of people.
Well, that's really good. But what I want to do now, my new passion, I want to have an outdoor club for kids in Auburn. I just want.
Love that.
When I was in the Bay Area, I used to coach middle school, and I miss it. So, I mean, I'm going out on a limb here because I don't like to use my name. Jason Trayson, Auburn's finest outdoor club for kids.
Finest in the universe.
Oh, the universe.
You can use that, Anne. That's yours.
I don't know if I can go there. It'll take me a while. I'm still working on a logo from this guy that I knew in high school. He's an artist.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to him in 33 years. With my dad being sick, I go down there. He's super good. He worked for Mattel. And I dated him in high school for 2 years. And I'm like going, can you do my logo? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm trying to tell Jason Trayson, he sent something with the company. We're going back and forth. But if he does it, I believe life is circles. You just kind of keep doing it. It would be really good if Tim Nixon did. He did this, because I haven't talked to him for 33 years. I had no idea what he was up to. He worked on the Max Steel commercials. I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, yeah, that's what I told him. He's like, they're bottom feeders, people who work on kids because you can entertain kids. I'm like, not so easy.
Not so
I
easy.
told him that. Yeah, no. I mean, seriously, he went to South America and he was art director for Mattel for Max Steel commercials.
Wow.
That's what I
in the
thought.
entertainment industry, I was always told kids and animals. Those are the hardest to work with. And
That's what I
because
told
kids
him,
yeah.
and he said, no, they're the easiest because you always get their entertainment. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can get the former person who worked on Max Steel to do Ann Trace and Jason Ray Trace and logo. I think I've made it.
I think you've made it. I think that would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be amazing. Again, we're in your corner. You let us know what we can do to help that happen. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
I don't think Tim's listening to this. He's like, honestly, the guy, like, I hadn't seen him for forever. And he's still, now he moved back to his mom's house, and yeah, I go down there with my dad, and people are like, well, you should just call Tim. I'm like, I haven't talked to him in forever.
Yeah, right.
We go for some hikes on the beach with the dogs and everything, and it's just like, it was really, I don't know if that's ever happened in your life, but you have friends or people you've known and like, well, 33 years, most people who are listening probably aren't that old, and you reconnect and it's like no time's changed.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
special. Yeah, well, we'll see what the logo looks like. He's beautiful. He'll do something. Well,
You have to be talented if you work for Mattel, so I imagine it will look good.
Oh, he went to Pasadena Art School. No,
Okay.
he was the real deal.
He's legit.
He's legit.
If he doesn't work out, Ann, I used to be a graphic designer, so I'm happy to throw some stuff at you.
So he told me to hire one. He was like, well, I don't like your traits. Oh, my God, it's hysterical. I'm like, it's not that serious. Just because you work, the guy's still like Mattel, like brain. And I'm like, we're talking ultra running, dude. You got to chill.
Yeah, people in the chat room right now are like, I will send my kids there. You tell me when and where. So you've got kids
it'll
at your
be
disposal.
so fun.
It would be fun. What a great idea.
Would be. Well, and also it's like, I want to have like something that I might be training for, but won't be that serious. Something, but it has to be fun, right? It has to be fun.
Yeah.
And not dangerous and, whatever. But no, we'll maybe because I used to do that down in the Bay Area. So doing like go to track meets or, I think what would be cool instead of like the 4x100, we have like the 8x50 for 3-year-olds with little batons.
That would be amazing. So 50 kids
fun?
run 800? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, something like that. I don't know.
Or many? 800 kids run 50 meters. Okay, 800 kids, gather around.
Gather around and we all have these batons.
Yeah. It just gets lost.
That's what's so great about kids. It's just like this just joy that they just doing it because they love to move.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring. So how much so I'm at jackpot. I was so done. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And the race director has a 17-year-old. He said he had his cross country team out there. And part of the deal was I was going to walk one lap with his son, and I was pretty much, there's a fork in my back, and I was like, I could buy a buckle. You should hear the things I was saying. I could buy. Why am I doing this? This is stupid. And they started walking with me, and kids have such great, they're in high school, and they're so smart, and they're like, I'm hiking with this friend of mine that came in. He was my dog walker. Because I brought 2 of my dogs, so I paid a guy to come and walk my dogs, take care of my dogs. Anyway, so he walked a couple laps with me when I was getting pretty out of there. And they're talking string theory, and honest, it was like blowing my mind. It was so fun. Yeah, it was pretty intense.
And what age, roughly?
Oh, they were 16, 17-year-olds.
17? Man, talking string theory? Wow.
With the 39-year-old.
That's amazing.
The dill pickle. The dill
right.
pickle. The dill pickle.
When I was that age, I don't think I can't imagine when I was talking about it that age.
Oh, these guys, and the thing is, they're talking like bands. They knew like 60s bands and all the stuff. No, it was really. I'll have to say, after all, other than the buckle, having these kids like tell me what what inspired them. They're really smart.
Yeah.
And they care. And it's nice. It gives me hope. I had a lot of hope after that event.
That actually gives me a little hope too.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I know that you have dogs that need some tomato sauce.
They definitely need tomato sauce.
You have been a delight, and I can't say this enough. You're a wonderful human, and I really appreciate you taking the time tonight.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And I know that we had a lot of live viewers tonight that were just digging everything, just absolutely sitting back and enjoying the conversation. So thank you so much.
Well, I hope to see you guys all on the trails sometime.
Absolutely. And next time I was too scared to introduce myself last time we were at the same event together. So if it happens again, I will confidently walk up to you.
Yeah,
and shake
anyone.
Your hand.
Yeah, no, I like people.
I gather that.
I do.
You're a wonderful human being, and thank you for all that you've done as a pioneer.
And now you're and you've embarrassed me. Now I'm out of 0. I'm at 0.
And
all right.
Next time we see each other, we're gonna high five. We're gonna hug. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay, it'll be awesome.
Thank you so much,
All
dear.
right, cheers.
Thank you,
bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Good night.
Well, I can confidently say that was one of my favorite episodes ever.
I could listen to Anne just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
There's no way we're gonna get to all the stories that she has. She's also incredibly unique, and you just gotta let her just go, because she's gonna say something wonderful and beautiful and inspiring, and wow, that was really cool.
Yeah.
So Patreon supporters, I hope you enjoyed that post show. I think we got even just more time with Anne is amazing. Today's been an incredible day. I hope you guys got a good fill of Patreon awesomeness headed your way. So we got Where Dreams Go to Die. We had Anne Trayson, episode 200. So much awesome stuff. We can't thank you guys enough for the support. So I leave for California tomorrow for a couple of days for a really cool project that you guys are going to find out about first, which I'm excited about. And then, what am I forgetting? I don't know. What am I?
I don't know what you're forgetting.
I'm sorry that we didn't get to many live questions. Anne did email me before and just said she does not like live or questions that she's not ready for.
Right.
So we did ask for the questions beforehand. We got a couple on Patreon. But Kim was in there, obviously moderating the chat and communicating and stuff like that. But thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for joining us here. It's been a big couple of weeks for us, for Ethan. 100,000 subscribers, 200 episodes, Where Dreams Go to Die. Yeah. There's been a lot going on.
A lot going on and very little time to... I really wanted to do an intro video for the 200th episode and do something fun and balloons and cake.
Yeah.
And we couldn't. We were on an island for days, and there were videos that needed to get done, and Where Dreams Go to Die, and 100,000. There's excuses after excuses, but I feel like we should do something pretty special at some point, maybe this month or next, for just Patreon, and just do something fun and unique.
Oh, and it is the beginning of the month, so for Patreon Crew Live,
Patreon Crew Live
next week.
Yeah, so I did post while we were on Orcus. We had a brief moment of signal because Kim unfortunately was sick. We had to drive into town and get some anti-sick, but I got a little bit of internet. So Patreon Crew Live this month will be pushed because I am gone again this week in California until Friday morning. So I'm thinking at some point this weekend or next week we'll be able to do a Patreon Crew Live. Basically, it'll be a chance for us to sit down, go over what's been happening, what's to come, and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll be doing that next week. Should be fun and more live music and all that good stuff.
We have Jessica in the chat room, and Jessica must know Anne. She said Anne was very excited / nervous for this interview yesterday. You guys seem to keep her comfortable. Well done. Yeah,
Jessica, are you coached by Anne? Are you friends of Anne? Because I saw before you knew Anne's dog's names, and I was like, oh, so Jessica must know Anne. I was nervous for this interview all weekend on Orcas Island. Yeah. I had all these other things going on, but the whole time all I could think about was I don't want to fuck up the interview with Anne because
she is like, she really is such a legend, and she's very humble, and she's just one of those people that are just like, she seems like she's like up here, you know.
I as much as, you know, of course I want to give her the 5-minute introduction of look at this legend, and I want to tout her accomplishments. She does not. She does not necessarily want that, which is like completely admirable for its own reasons. She's done what she's done, and she knows that. But at the same point, she's like, I'm a human, and I can't. I have so much respect for that.
Yeah.
So,
Jessica says they're friends.
That's amazing, Jessica. If you could let Anne know that we like are beyond thankful and impressed and blown away and in love, and like Anne is just this incredible being. So please pass on our thank yous. I'm gonna email her too right after this.
I really could have just listened to her just tell stories and talk, and it's refreshing the way she thinks about, you know, like
She says she drove me and friends out to Green Gate yesterday. One of my friends is her athlete, Sarah Tadlock. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I'm serious about Green Gate. I want that thing green too. I'm with Anne. Fight the fight. Like, why is it silver? I noticed that my first year there. I was like, why is it called Green Gate? And it was because I believe at one point it was green, but now it's a new gate, which I believe is only manufactured in the color silver. But yeah, Jessica, please pass on our thanks, and like even ask her if she wants us to send her cookies, because we would do that in a heartbeat. Maybe find out what her favorite food or wine or something is, and we can send her a thank you. And before the show, Skype was just not happy, and Anne, I don't think, wanted to do Skype. And in my mind, I'm going, I don't want to do Skype if Anne doesn't want to do Skype. I want to do whatever Anne is comfortable with. And the fact that she was rolling with the phone call and we made it work is like, I'm so glad we got her on the show. It is so great. So yes, Jessica, please pass on our thanks. Okay. I think that's it. Kim and I are going to eat dinner. I'm going to pack my bag. And
Gus is going to keep snoring underneath my feet.
Thank you, everyone, for helping us reach 100,000 subscribers last week. Thank you, everyone, for helping us reach 200 episodes of Ginger Runner Live. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like seeing you guys every week is a part of the joy that we get out of doing this. It really is.
100%. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
you,
guys.
Get out there, train hard, race hard, about hard as dovetail. Oh, by the way, Scout Phillips, thank you, Scout. Hooked us up with some awesome beer. I've been like digging through. There's like 7 different types that he sent us. And I've been going one by one. And I didn't even say thank you, Scout. I'm so sorry, because I was enjoying it so much that I was just like, this is so good. And I'm talking to Anne, and everything's great. So Scout, thank you, Scout, hooking us up with some delicious beer from the East Coast and Arizona. All things good. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. I think I have to wait 3 seconds before I press stop. Otherwise, it trims me off.
Me off.
So I'm just going to smile and wave.